Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Manifesting Your Desires. You already know it's Antonio checking in. Haven't really been on this channel in a while. Like I say, I always be working on my art, but it's something in me that always brings me back to this channel, back to these subjects. And although I may not upload, I know I'm still doing my due diligence, my daily work. But recently, I've been like really honing in on raising my frequency, operating at a higher frequency, raising my vibration, And long story short, upon doing that, I lost my job. I got fired. Or terminated if you want to use the correct terminology. But in reality, I was in an environment that just became energetically draining. Not gonna say the job's name. The job itself, the company, I say the company and job is actually cool. But I noticed certain things that would transpire with certain coworkers that I just didn't agree with. Not saying that these coworkers were bad, not saying that these individuals were bad individuals, but it's like, sometimes you see people do something and you take a mental note, I'm like, okay. And the judgmental part of me kicked in and was like, eh. But then also another part overrode that judgmental part and was like, you know what? If that's how these particular individuals operate and move, fine, that's cool. But I shouldn't have let that allow it to dictate how I move emotionally. So I started working on myself. And for me, anytime I want to grow and elevate, I look at my surroundings and I see what is lacking, and I see how I can implement that into my personal spiritual growth. So for me at the work world, I was like, well, shoot, I'm always around these individuals, energetically speaking. What can I do to raise my frequency? Because I want to fast, but it's like, work gets stressful. And sometimes eating can be a sign of relief. Whether you junk eating or eating healthy, eating in general can be a stress reliever, let's be real. But so I was like, I don't want to fast because that's going to put me into I just don't want to deal with the stress that comes with that type of fasting. And so I started taking care of my health. Like I started to work out. You feel me? I really started to work out with what I had. And just that little time by me working out, I had got back more deeper into my meditation. And just by me working out, that elevated me frequency-wise, because I was surrounded around individuals who realistically just, I ain't gonna say they didn't care about their health, but they really didn't care. If you just want to be blunt, they didn't care about their health. They didn't work out. And not saying if you don't work out or whatever, you don't love yourself or you're operating at a low frequency. But for me in the situation, I realized like, okay, I'm surrounded by a bunch of people who, when it comes to health, they don't care. So if I want to elevate, that's the easy target I can hit to raise my frequency around these individuals. So I started to work out. I started listening to, some days throughout work, I was listening to a higher frequency or raise your frequency meditation that I found on YouTube with the binaural beats. And I just kept raising my frequency. And then, like I say, situations would happen and I would start to notice the distance between me and the coworkers. And it just got bolder and bolder. And like energetically, spiritually, I had already left mentally, but I still know I had responsibilities, bills, of course. So for the first time in life, I didn't quit a job because of I let my emotions get the best of me. Oh, I don't want to work around these folk tripping, yada, yada, yada. No, I actually put my emotions to the side. I accepted that, hey, some of these coworkers I'm working with, some, not all, but the main ones I'm working with, they are irritating. I do not want to be around them. I can't stand working with them. But having that, after I acknowledged that, prior to acknowledging that, I had an attitude where it was like, man, I ain't trying to talk to them, deal with them, none of that. But I checked myself. And upon checking myself, I said, you know what? I don't like working with these individuals. These individuals are really irritating. But I put my emotions to the side and I said, well, the fact that I'm not going to quit because I got responsibilities, I start looking for something. But you know what? I'm going to work with them when I'm at work. If they ask me to do something, I'm going to do it. And I feel like for the first time in life, in certain situations in the work world, I overcame something emotionally that would have had me stuck at a certain level. Because the old me would have just been like, oh, they getting on my nerves, I'm finna quit. But emotionally, I actually stuck it out and I put my emotion to the side and I started working with them. And I feel like by me conquering that emotional, whatever you want to call it, by me conquering that, it's like I rose above and the mission was accomplished. And I was terminated. But the way things happen is so interesting because financially, of course, I want to keep growing financially. But it's like I got some finances that'll hold me over so I can have this little breather, this time to reset. And I just wanted to make this video to encourage those like, hey man, when you on this journey and you raising your frequency, you raising your vibration, you'll be surprised the cards that you get dealt. You'll be surprised the situations that you get put in. You'll just be surprised, man. So it's all a lesson, and you're grateful for that. And once you start to develop discernment and in your intuitive abilities, you can kind of predict it before it happened. Like when it came to the job, I ain't gonna lie, I already knew like, I'm on my way out of here. Just being real. And this journey to growth, to living your life as you desire, living like you believe, as my auntie Beverly say, it's not always like sunshine and roses. But in a sense, it can be once you start to acknowledge and accept what comes with it. So even on this channel, like you can go back to some of my videos, like there was plenty of jobs, probably like this, there was another job on here. I was making videos in the back of the work truck. Like you can go back to those videos and I was going through it then at a certain level. And I grew from that. Now that job, I kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, that job, I let my emotions get the best of me and I just quit. But this job, like I say, I honed in on my emotions. I acknowledged what I didn't like and how I was gonna move forward. And a lot of y'all don't even know, a lot of videos that I was making early on, especially when I was in that video with my work truck in the back, like a lot of y'all didn't know, like I was facing eviction at that time. Like on all these videos, a lot of these videos when I was going through my old videos, like I was literally, my family and I were facing an eviction. We didn't get evicted, but we ended up surrendering the property. And that was, that in itself was a lot. So it's like, you never know what a person is going through. But I'm here to say that no matter what you go through, keep focusing on raising your vibration. And it's crazy because I got fired on my day off like Craig from Friday. But what's crazy about that was that day that I got the call? I want to say it was that day. Like that day I was riding around listening to my high frequency meditation. And I want to say that particular day, I actually went to the nature trail that morning. The same one I'm at right now. I think I came here and I was listening to the high frequency meditation. That's what I'm saying. When y'all raise y'all frequency, man, life gets better. You might not understand it at the moment, but if you develop discernment, you will. So y'all do what y'all gotta do. Look at your surroundings and see, how can I grow in this very situation that I'm in? And just little by little. Like for me, little by little, I start back working out. I start back doing push-ups. You feel me? I start back doing my pull-ups. I start back eating a little bit better. Just with working with what I got. And now I'm in a situation where I can come back to my nature trail, at least for right now, make my videos and keep going. And this is me showing the universe like, hey, this is one of the things that I enjoy. Spending time with my family, spending time in nature, painting, making these videos, uplifting humanity. Oh, stamp, what's that? Whatever. But I thought I'd just chime in for anybody that's going through anything, especially in that work world. And not saying I'm not going to get another job, but who knows what the future holds. Of course I'm going to get another job because I got to pay bills, but who knows what'll happen from here to the end. All I can tell y'all is to keep raising y'all vibration, man. Keep raising y'all frequency. It's real. In the meantime, between time, man, y'all hold it down. I'm going to enjoy this journey, enjoy this path, enjoy this walk, and y'all do the same. Peace.